In 1972, one watch changed everything. It was made of steel, not gold, cost more than a gold Patek Philippe, and looked nothing like the elegant dress watches of its time. Critics said Audemars Piguet had lost its mind. Collectors now call it a masterpiece. This is the story of how the Royal Oak didn't just save Audemars Piguet. It changed the entire definition of luxury itself. Welcome back to Luxe Pulse, where we explore the stories, craftsmanship and icons that shaped the world of luxury watches. Today, we're diving into the most revolutionary timepiece ever made, the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak, a watch that turned crisis into creativity, defied the rules of design, and inspired an entire generation of modern horology. By the end of this video, you'll see why this single watch transformed luxury from something delicate to something daring. Let's rewind to the early 1970s. The Swiss watch industry was in trouble. The Quartz Crisis had arrived. Japanese brands like Seiko were flooding the market with affordable, ultra-accurate quartz watches. Individual Swiss houses like Audemars Piguet, Patek Philippe and Vacheron Constantin, the so-called Holy Trinity, were losing ground fast. People didn't want complicated, hand-finished mechanical movements anymore. They wanted modern, precise and cheap. Audemars Piguet needed something radical, something that would make people feel something again when they looked at a mechanical watch. So, on the eve of the 1971 Basel Fair, AP's managing director, Georges Gaulet, made a phone call that would change watchmaking forever. That phone call went to Gérald Genta, a designer already famous for his work with Omega and Universal Genève. Gaulet told him, "I need a steel sports watch that's never been done before. It must be elegant enough for dinner, but strong enough for adventure. And I need the sketch by tomorrow morning." By sunrise, Genta delivered. He drew inspiration from a vintage diving helmet, the kind secured by visible screws and crafted with industrial precision. The result? A steel octagonal bezel, exposed screws, integrated bracelet and a tapestry pattern dial. It looked nothing like anything on the market. Collectors were shocked. Some thought it looked like a porthole. Others called it an industrial mistake. But those who understood design saw the future. The watch debuted at the 1972 Basel Fair under the name Royal Oak, inspired by the legendary British naval ships and the ancient oak tree that saved King Charles II of England. AP priced it at 3,650 Swiss francs, more than most gold watches at the time. For context, that was over 10 times the cost of a Rolex Submariner. But the pricing was the point. This wasn't a watch trying to compete on affordability. It was a statement that luxury could be industrial. At 39mm, it was large for the era. The slim case housed the ultra-thin Calibre 2121, made by Jaeger-LeCoultre, still one of the most elegant automatic movements ever produced. Audemars Piguet took a massive gamble, and for the first year it didn't seem to pay off. Only a few hundred pieces sold. But then, things changed. In the mid-1970s, collectors began to realize the genius behind the Royal Oak. Steel was no longer seen as cheap, it was modern. The octagonal bezel wasn't weird, it was bold. Celebrities, athletes and tastemakers began wearing the Royal Oak because it stood out. It had attitude. Then came the Royal Oak Jumbo, the reference 5402ST, which became an instant cult favourite among serious collectors. Fast forward to the 1980s, and the Royal Oak became the watch of choice for those who wanted to show taste, not excess. It wasn't gold and diamonds, it was design, precision and rebellion. Would you have paid more for a steel watch than gold in 1972? Looking back, was AP crazy or visionary? Let me know in the comments. As the decades passed, the Royal Oak became a platform for innovation. In 1993, Audemars Piguet introduced the Royal Oak Offshore, a bigger, more muscular version aimed at a younger audience. It was controversial. Purists called it too large, but it brought a new generation to the brand. In 2012, AP celebrated the Royal Oak's 40th anniversary with refined reissues and limited editions. Each generation pushed boundaries: skeleton dials, ceramic cases, tourbillons and perpetual calendars, all rooted in that same 1972 DNA. And then there were the collaborations and celebrity moments. LeBron James wore a Royal Oak Offshore chronograph designed in his name. And Serena Williams, a modern brand ambassador, continues that legacy of confidence and precision. The Royal Oak became more than a watch. It became a cultural symbol. At auction, early Royal Oak references like the 5402 ST, a series, have sold for over $200,000, while ultra-limited editions and unique pieces fetch millions. The Royal Oak changed everything. Before 1972, luxury meant precious metals, small cases, and conservative design. After the Royal Oak, luxury meant design, daring, and identity. It inspired the Patek Philippe Nautilus in 1976, also designed by Genta, and the Vacheron Constantin 222, which evolved into the overseas. Even today, almost every modern steel luxury sports watch owes its existence to the Royal Oak's defiance. It proved that luxury isn't about what something's made of, it's about why it's made. So next time you see that octagonal bezel, remember, it wasn't born out of comfort, it was born out of crisis. The Royal Oak didn't just survive the Quartz Crisis, it redefined what luxury means. It taught us that innovation isn't about adding diamonds, it's about daring to be different. What's your take? Is the Royal Oak still the king of modern luxury, or has something else taken its crown? Drop your thoughts below. So next time you see that octagonal bezel, remember, it wasn't born out of comfort, it was born out of crisis. The Royal Oak didn't just survive the Quartz Crisis, it redefined what luxury means. It taught us that innovation isn't about adding diamonds, it's about daring to be different. What's your take? Is the Royal Oak still the king of modern luxury, or has something else taken its crown? Drop your thoughts below. Thanks for watching Luxe Pulse, where we uncover the stories, legends and secrets behind the world's greatest watches. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the Royal Oak, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. Join us next week for our next video. Until then, stay sharp, stay curious, and keep your pulse on luxury.